Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I gonna discuss about weekly transfer plan for game week 21. Before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel. Now let's start. In this video, I have divided Game Week 21 transfer into 5 categories. They are essential, differential, sell, hold and ignore. Essential are those kind of players who are very much essential for your team. They are playing very well, so you need this kind of player in your team to gain rank. The differential player is the player who doesn't have very high ownership, but they can be very vital for your team selection, and that's why they are differential. The sell category are the player you need to sell from your team. If you have this kind of player, you need to sell them. And the whole category is the player you having are not performing well, but I think they will perform in the near future, so you need to hold this kind of player. And the ignore category is the player you should ignore because you don't have them and you don't need them now for your team. Now move on to our first essential player for game week 21 is Odegaard, and he is 6.8 million. He has a double game week in game week 23, and if you look at Odegaard's performance, he is playing very well. In last 4 matches, he got 35 points, scored 2 goals and also provide 3 assists. He is the number 10 for Arsenal, and his point per match ratio is 8.75. Also shot per 90 is 3, so he's a very good player to have, and I think he's the best player now in Arsenal midfield, and he's very creative. That's why you should go for him, and he's an essential pick for game week 21. Now move on to the second essential pick, and it's Fabian Schär from Newcastle. Newcastle defense looks good. In last 4 matches they maintained 4 clean sheets, so they are very good defensive side. And I know that you have a lot of problem about defense, like if you have Cancelo or other player who are not performing well, that you can obviously go for Newcastle double up in defense, and they have a very good run of fixture. Also Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth are not a very good attacking side, so that's why I think Fabian Schär can be a very good option, and he's 5 million. I think he is better than Botman or Barn because he has more attacking ability than Botman and Barn. His expected goal involvement ratio is 0.17, which is higher than Botman and Barn, and that's why I am thinking that he is essential for you. And if you want to transfer a defensive target in game week 21, I think Fabian Schär is the right choice for you. Now move on to the differential category, and first player in differential category is Riyad Mahrez. In last match he scored 2 goals and also provide 1 assist against Tottenham, so he's in great form. He is the creative player and also the most sharp player for Manchester City. He is starting all the match, like he's playing very well, and I think he's now favored, also good form, so he is now I think a very good differential one. He has just 4.1 million ownership, and if you look at his fixture, he has also double game week in game week 23. Also Wolves are not a very good defensive side, so that's why I think Mahrez can be a very good differential one for your team. Now move on to the second differential player for game week 21 is Bruno Fernandes, and as Manchester United now rebribed, so that's why I think Bruno Fernandes is now playing very well. He's playing as a number 10 for for Manchester United, and he's playing well. If you look at Manchester United team, they are not performing well in the first half of the Premier League, but now they have got their rhythm. And if you look at Fernandes' performance in last 4 matches, he got 31 points, scored 2 goals and also provide 2 assists, and Manchester United team getting better and better, so you should go for him, and he's a very good differential. Just 4.2 million for 4.2% ownership, and also have very good run of fixture after Arsenal game, like Crystal Palace, Leeds, Leicester, Brentford are not a very good defensive side, so that's why you can go for Fernandes. Now move on to the next category, and first player in the sale category is obviously Cancelo. He is not favored for Pep Guardiola, and in last 5 matches he only played 3 matches where only 1 time he starts, so you need to sell Cancelo because he is not favored for Manchester City starting lineup, so you need to sell him, and he has double gaming, but I think you need to sell Cancelo. Now move on to the second sale player, and it's obviously a Manchester City player, and also it's Foden. In last 5 matches he only played 4, and he was not starting in left wing position. Grealish I think playing very well, so I don't think that Foden will start near future, because also Alvarez playing well, Haaland obviously play, and Mahrez playing well. So I don't think that Foden is now a very good choice to you in your team. So you need to get rid of Foden if you have, and you can go for other Manchester City asset like Mahrez. I think Kevin De Bruyne is better choice than Foden also. So you can go for Kevin De Bruyne or Grealish. But I don't think that Foden is now a right choice. Now move on to the next category, and first hold is Martinelli. A lot of managers I see that they're selling Martinelli, but I don't think it's a not necessary move, because if you go for Arsenal attacker, you can obviously go for Odegaard. Then second one, I think Martinelli is the best. If you look at his goal ratio is 0.67, which is higher than Saka, so that's why I think he's hold. And if you look at Arsenal performance, Martinelli playing as left wing, they might sign Trossard, I know, but still I think Martinelli will start, and that's why you should go for Martinelli. And if you have him, obviously hold him, but if you don't have, then you need not to buy him, because he will play next match Manchester United. It's a home match, but that's a hard match. Now move on to the second hold player, and it's Almiron. In the last 3 matches he is not performing well. After a break, he got 1 goal in his first match, but after one game in last 3 he blanked. But his fixtures are now got favorable, so Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth is very good fixture, so that's why I think Almiron can give some attacking return as well. So if you have Almiron, you should hold him because he has good run of fixture. Now move on to the ignore category, and first player you should ignore is Ward-Prowse. In the last 4 matches he is performing well, but Southampton are not a very good team. They are performing well. Their fixture looks pretty similar, but I think Ward-Prowse has not got a very good attacking ability, so you should ignore this kind of player. They perform well in 1 or 2 game week, but after that they will fade, so you need to ignore him. Now move on to the second ignore player for game week 21, and it's Harry Kane. It's a controversial one because Harry Kane are performing well, but I think now Tony Mitchell is better option than Harry Kane. He playing deep, and Tottenham doesn't look very good side, so that's why you should ignore Harry Kane. And obviously you can get some fun from Harry Kane, because if you go for a cheap forward, then you can go for midfield like Bruno Fernandes or Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne has double game week and Bruno Fernandes playing well. That's why you should ignore Harry Kane. And now I will summarize them all. In essential category, they are Odegaard and Fabian Schär. Differential player is Mahrez and Fernandes, and you should sell Cancelo and Foden if you have him. And the player you should hold is Martinelli, Almiron, and you should ignore Ward-Prowse and Kane. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.